Hi everyone, my name is Harpreet and I am a certified IELTS trainer from IDP. Today in this video we are going to talk about how to write a body paragraph for the IELTS essay, that is the writing task 2. So what to wait for? Let's get started. It's highly crucial for us to deliver effective writing skills in the essay to get above 7 bands, that means 7, 8 or 9 bands. But many of you get confused on how to deliver an effective essay. See, the funda is very simple. You have to write according to the question, all the parts have to be discussed, and whatever you are writing, you have to explain that properly. I have seen numerous students that they give a lot of points, but what major mistake do they make is they don't explain the point that they have written once. So in this video, we are going to see that what and how to explain our points. Okay. The first paragraph is the introduction that we have already discussed in the previous videos. If you want to have a look at the video that how to write the introduction, you can go and watch this video. So let's get started with discussing on how to write an effective body paragraph structure. First, you have to describe the main idea that you are going to write. That should be the topic sentence of your paragraph. That should be like a heading to your paragraph. Then you need to explain the idea by giving the reasons. And reasons could be why or how. Like why or how this particular problem or this particular point that you have written above justifies the question, justifies the point that you have written. So then you have to give the examples to the points that you have written above, to the points that you have explained. Examples help you to provide the evidence. And I have seen numerous students getting confused and getting scared that how to deliver the examples because they don't get the ideas for examples and they don't have so much of information. But you can provide the fake examples also. However, here what you can do is you can try to give the factual examples that have some facts, some proportion, some numbers in them, and they look more real. They look as if actually some article you have read or there was some study that was conducted. Remember that the example that you are giving should relate to what you have explained above. The example should be of the same point that you have written. So the topic you have described, you will explain that topic only by giving the reasons, and this for the same point you will be giving the examples. And to end with the body paragraph, you need to give the reason, the result or the consequence of that idea. That line can be joined with the example or it can be a separate line as well. Basically, that line provides a conclusion to the body paragraph. So each body paragraph that you write, you should consider it to be a whole essay where you have described what you want to write by giving an introductory sentence, a topic sentence, then you explain your points and after that you give the example and in the end you provide a concluding line that could be a result line. What was the consequence of that idea? What happened after that? What was the result of it? Any of these. So now I hope you have understood this. It's time for us to move on to the question, wherein I will tell you that how I have made 3 body paragraphs for the question. And because I did not want this video to be too lengthy, so I have divided this video into 3 parts wherein I'll be explaining all the 3 questions in 3 different videos. So I'm going to explain the very first question here. Let's get started. The question goes like this. Overpopulation of urban areas has led to numerous problems. Identify 1 or 2 serious ones and suggest ways that governments and individuals can tackle these problems. The first 2 body paragraphs we will be discussing the problems, and in the third body paragraph we will be discussing the solutions from governments and individual side. Alright, so let's have a look on how to write the first body paragraph. What's the first problem? The very first problem should be the most important problem that you consider for this question. And I have written like this. To begin with, the chief drawback of rising population in cities is traffic congestion. So I have told to the examiner that traffic congestion is the main idea that I'll be discussing in this body paragraph. How to explain this now? Explanation goes like this. To explain, so this is a connector here. When numerous citizens or denizens come out on roads in their vehicles during peak hours, it causes bumper-to-bumper traffic and people trying to go through quickly in pursuit of saving time by taking wrong paths which results in accidents. I have explained the point. I have explained that in 2-3 lines. You have seen that. Now is the time to give the result and the example. So first I'll be exemplifying my point to make it more relevant, and then I'll be providing the result. It goes like this. For instance, a July 2019 study by Oxford University revealed that the frequency of road accidents increases by 5% with every 2.5% rise in the number of automobiles, thereby claiming many innocent lives. Now here this line, thereby claiming many innocent lives, is the result. And have you seen that? How I have given the example. Oxford University, it was there in July 2019. So I have properly given the evidence of this. Okay, so this is how you need to write each and every body paragraph. I hope you have understood. But don't worry, I'll be explaining the whole essay like this. So let's move on to the second body paragraph, wherein I'll be telling you how to describe the idea first, then to explain, then to provide the example, and finally the result. So before starting every paragraph, what you have to do, you always have to write down a connector, a transitional phrase, so that there is a proper connection between the paragraphs. And when you will be describing a new idea, when you're trying to give the example or the result, the connectors must always be there. So we are going to start the second body paragraph also like that. So this is the second body paragraph, which I have started with furthermore. Furthermore, people face health issues owing to the growing number of residents in cities. This is the second main idea, that there are problems of health. Health issues are there. This is the descriptive idea that I have given here. So now I'm explaining it by starting with to substantiate. To substantiate, since cities have limited residential space, area per person reduces, forcing individuals to stay in congested apartments with poor ventilation. So see how easy it is to explain the idea. The result, it leads to illnesses in the form of, example has come here, in the form of asthma, chronic bronchitis, and many more. The result, making the inhabitants fall victim to such respiratory problems. Okay. Now for the solutions, because we have just 3 paragraphs to write, so I have clubbed the solutions from the government and the individual side in 1 paragraph only. This also goes like this. You will be providing the first idea and then explain it properly. If you want to give the example, you can choose to give the example of either of the 1 solution. It's not important that you have to give the example in all the 3 body paragraphs. But you have to remember that for every type of body paragraph, there should be an example. I have got the question of the problems and solutions. So it's important for me that I am giving the example, 1 for the problem and 1 for the solutions. If I am able to give the example in all the 3 body paragraphs, nothing better than that. Let's move on to the solutions paragraph now. It goes like this. Turning to the solutions, this is the transitional phrase that I have written. The most optimal way to tackle the concern of traffic is to promote the use of public transportation. So I have described the idea and I have said it is the most optimal, that is the best solution. Example, such as buses, trams and trains among citizens, by making these modes cost effective and frequent. So explanation has also been provided along with. The next solution starts with another connector, that is additionally. Additionally, developed areas should be connected to rural areas with well-constructed roads and railway systems, so that workers can go back to their homes in villages daily after their office hours, instead of living in towns. Consequently, the issue of the lack of housing in urban centers will get resolved. So there is proper explanation of whatever I am saying. Haphazard ideas have not come, and the examiner will be able to understand that why was I writing a particular idea, because there is a reason for everything that I have written. If you also write your body paragraphs like this, I can surely say that nobody can stop you from getting the desired score of yours, whether you are appearing for an academic exam or a general training exam. If you have liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel. And yes, don't forget to watch the other videos as well that are upcoming on the next 2 questions. Alright, signing off, Harpreet.